Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is compare a couple of Subaru Outback models. Now on the one side we have the premium trim level, and on the other side we have the limited. So we'll look at the interiors, the exteriors, and see which one might just be perfect for you. Let's start by looking at the exterior on the 24 Premium. Now this is going to be the base model, which seems so crazy to me for all the equipment that you do get on the Outback, but the Premium is just what kicks it off. So this one is going to ride on the 17-inch wheels, and this vehicle is going to be powered by a 2.5 liter, and that's going to give you a 28 mpg combined rating, or 32 mpg on the highway. Now with that engine, there's going to be a CVT, or an automatic transmission. Basically what that means is like it's one consistent gear, so it's going to be very smooth out on the road. Plus all Subaru Outbacks are going to come with symmetrical all-wheel drive. So that means like today, it's snowy, it looks nice out, but it's cold, and this is going to give you the sure-footedness and the grip that you need to get throughout your day. Now the Subaru Outback, when we're looking at the exterior, there's a ton of different colors and trim levels to pick from, but most of them are going to have the same general style. It's just going to change a little bit of the flair, maybe if you're looking at the Wilderness or the Onyx Edition. So there's a lot to like about the Subaru Outback. Now this particular one has over 8 inches of ground clearance, and up above for the roof rack, you'll notice that there's no cross rails. They're tucked into those side rails, and when you need them, you can slide them over and maybe put a roof box up there or whatever else you might need. So up front on the Premium Outback, you'll notice those LED headlights, and those are actually steering responsive, which is a really cool safety feature. From there out back, you'll also have the LED taillights, and this one won't have the power liftgate that you would get when we then jump up to the limited model. So from here, like I said, the 17-inch wheels is going to be the big difference as far as styling is concerned. The grills are going to remain the same, and most of the exterior features, like the chrome trim around the windows and the black mirror caps, are going to be pretty similar. But let's hop over to the limited. We'll check out that exterior. So this Outback that we have here today is actually the Limited XT. So the big difference there is going to be this has the 2.4 liter Boxer turbocharged engine. So you're going to cut your fuel economy from about 28 combined when looking at the standard engine to about 25 combined. So you do lose a couple mpg, but you do gain a lot of fun when you're out on the road. And this one then is capable of towing 3,500 pounds, which is going to be a little bit more than the standard engine. Now from there, the Limited doesn't look a lot different. You'll go to an 18-inch wheel on those Yokohama tires versus the 17 on the Premium. And from there, most of the styling, like the LED headlights and taillights, and the roof rack up on this one, which folds out, it's going to be a lot of similarities between the two. Most of the stuff is going to be inside the vehicles that's going to differentiate them. But like I said, you can do the Limited or the Limited XT. So if you want the standard engine, but you want the goodies inside, you can still do that. So now that we covered some exterior features, let's hop back over to the Premium. We'll check out the interior. All right, so now inside the 24 Subaru Outback here, again, the Premium trim is going to come with a cloth interior. So it's a two-tone, and this is the lighter tan, and it does look really nice. It flows into the dash, obviously onto the seats where those are two-toned, and some of the center console here is gonna look a little different. But overall, it's a very stylish interior, like I said, for kind of the base trim level. Now the first thing you notice in the Outback here is going to be our 11.4-inch display. Now I've gone ahead and I've already paired my phone, and I've got wireless Apple CarPlay in here, so that's going to give me Google Maps, my Spotify, text messaging, and when I'm paired with the steering wheel, there's also voice controls, so I never have to take my attention off the road ahead. I can just click that and it will do all of it through my voice, which is really cool. Same thing as basically using Siri on an Apple iPhone. Now from there, one thing that I did like, they still left the volume knob on this one, so you're not messing with that. And one of the changes from last year is that the heated seat button isn't in a menu. You can just click it right here, so the driver and the passenger are gonna have heated seats. So let's talk for a second about safety. Now, there's a ton of safety with the Subaru EyeSight technology. So whether that's driver assistance like pre-collision braking or lane departure warning, there's also an adaptive cruise control system in here. So you set 4, 3, 2, 1 car lengths to the car in front of you, and that will hold that distance when you're out on the highway, and it's a great way to eat up a ton of miles. So like I said, those things built in with the EyeSight would be pre-collision braking, lane departure warning, the adaptive cruise control, and there's only more added, which we'll cover over in the Limited. Now this screen is great. It's very easy to use. Your climate control can be controlled through there, or there is still physical buttons on the side, and it's a dual climate control here. Now you're also going to have heated side mirrors, which would have that blind spot monitoring built into those, and that will also run the rear defrost when you kick that on, which obviously I needed this morning because these cars were covered in snow. So from there, the center console is great. It's easy to use. The piano black looks very nice in here, and you've got the large cup holders and a couple of USB plugs down below. And then if we're looking at our gauge cluster here, there's just a little info button so you can go through and just kind of see your standard stuff like MPGs or tire pressure. But the little display in here, it's helpful, but the larger display here is really probably what you'll be using the most. So in the back of this one, you do have the 60-40 split rear seats and a ton of cargo space in the back. So there's little handles you can use. You can either press it on the back of the seat or pull that handle and that'll fold the seats down for you. So if you're not hauling people, you've got plenty of room to haul some cargo around. So the only last thing to note would be that this doesn't have a push button start in here. You still have a physical key. So when you get in, you have to put in the key, which I think is a great upgrade for the Limited because you do go to the keyless entry. So let's hop over there. We'll check out the Limited XT. All right, so now in the Limited XT, the first thing you have to notice is these leather appointed seats, which are extremely comfortable. Now, the Premium does have a power seat for the driver, as does this one, but then you also add a power passenger seat in here, and these are gonna be heated for not only the front row, but also our second row. Those are gonna be heated seats back there, and obviously those are leather trimmed as well. Now, a few other things on the dash, you'll kind of notice that trim goes through here with like sort of a light gray stitching, and that's gonna run into your heated steering wheel, which is one of my favorite features. So it's a full 360 heated steering wheel. I click the little button on here, and that gets nice and toasty, which is great for when it's cold like it is today. Now our infotainment screen is going to look the same, but this one is going to have built-in navigation here. And again, I've gone ahead and paired my phone, so I do have the Apple CarPlay. Now you'll notice at the top of the screen, you can kind of hear there's a few different menus that you can go through. So it'll show you your radio, your map if you're running that, some of your fuel consumption or acceleration, and then you've also got your weather and the X mode, which is going to be found in both Subaru Outbacks. Now, our safety features, like I said, there's gonna be a few more added into the Limited. We're gonna have reverse automatic braking, and then if we click on our eyesight here, we can see that we've still got pre-collision braking, lane departure warning, but it's more of an advanced adaptive cruise control system. It's gonna have a lane monitoring system as well, so you can click that on the steering wheel in both models. It's very convenient, like I said. It's one of those features, once you have it, it's really hard to give it back up. Now, like I said, this one does have the keyless entry, so you don't take the keys out of your pocket or out of your purse, and when you hop in, you do have a push button start down here, which is very nice. Now, this one will also come with memory seats inside. We're gonna have a Harman Kardon sound system, which does make a pretty big difference. And one other thing the Limited's gonna add is going to be our sunroof up above, which really opens it up, especially with the all darker or all black interior. So, kind of comparing the two, you can see there are quite a few differences. Obviously, the price will move up if you go from the Premium to the Limited, but you are adding a ton of equipment, and maybe you don't need the turbocharged engine. You can still go for that standard engine, which is going to be more than capable of getting you around town, and it will provide a little bit better fuel economy. You can obviously go with more equipment, whether you're looking at the Touring, the Onyx, or maybe the Wilderness Edition, but these are two of our most popular models, and we just wanted to break down the big differences. So those being things like the sunroof, the leather appointed seats, and overall, just the general style will remain the same. It's just those creature comforts that's really going to change the most. So if you are looking for a Subaru Outback, we'd be more than happy to help you out. You can sit inside, get into a couple different ones, see which seat you like best, which equipment might be better for you. So you gotta get out, take a couple for a spin, and see what you think. So that was just a quick look at a couple of 24 Subaru Outbacks. Now, if you'd like more information or maybe to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Subaru locations. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.